Now, this is a very simple chapter or two here. But I think, like in some chapters, there's a lot to pull out here based on how the world is today. So, for those of you who are just joining us or maybe seeing this online and figuring out, well, what is going on here at Levite Church Waukegan, we decided to read the Bible together as a church family from start to beginning. Unfortunately, I am the one who have to do the reading, so you're at your discretion. If nothing else, we're gonna laugh and have fun and watch me pronounce mispronounce words that I have no idea with them long names that's so long, you know what I mean? But nonetheless, you will get a true understanding of it, all in true spirit of learning what God say is together understanding what the Bible say. The reason you want to do that so that you don't have all these different opinions about the word that you never read. So when you go to the book, you can surely say that you read. Second thing, Jesus said, and you should know the truth and it sets you free. You're never going to be free from the devil or free from his antics until you begin to understand who God is and how God operates and how the spirit thing operates. So, having said this, tonight is going to be a representation of what the world is now. Okay? And so we'll discuss it a little bit more in live discussion. I said that to see how many people will pick out these little southern hints and see what these characters in this uh, book went wrong with everything. So, having said all this, from Genesis now, we're in the book of Judges to 17, 18 as we move into the book of Judges. Last we talked about the Samson. Samson was leader of Israel. He judged Israel for 20 years. Samson was betrayed by a woman, went out with a blaze of glory when he destroyed a whole nation within one sitting, killed more people in his death than he ever killed for lie. Um, and then now Samson is dead and buried. So we continue with 17:18. Nice chapter. Now know that the Lord will do me good, seeing that I have a Levite to my what priest. So somehow this person thinking that God is going to do him good because he have a Levite for his priest. And I want y'all to check it out. For many of us who came through, and for many of us who studied the Bible, you should be able to pick out some of the mistakes that Israel as a nation or these people is going to make tonight. So it's going to be interesting to see here. Let's go. Judges 17 is only 13 verses in this verse. Woo, I love when it's 13. Now, okay, I guess I don't. Now there was a man from Mount Ephraim whose name was Micah. He said unto his mother, the 1100 shekels of silver that thou have taken from thee, for a silver that were taken from thee, about which thou accursed it, and speakest of also in my ear. Behold, the silver is with me. I took it. And his mother said, Blessed be the Lord, my son. And when he had restored the 1100 shekels of silver to his mom, his mother said, I had wholly dedicated the service unto the Lord from my hands, for my sons, to make a graven image and a molten image. Now therefore I will restore it unto thee. In other words, she gave him his silver back. Okay. Now her intention was to give it to him anyway, so that he can make a graven and molten image. Okay. I'm just gonna leave that right there. All right. 4. Yet he restored the money unto his mom, and his mom took the 200 shekels of silver and gave it unto the founder, and made therefore a graven image and a molten image. And they were in the house of Micah. All right. Then the man Michael had made a house of what gold. All right. And the man Michael had an house of gods. I'm sorry, God. So now Michael had a bunch of gods because that God is plural and that God is lowercase. And made an ephod and a ephod then how you said tablets to conceal uh, and whoever, concealed one of his sons who became his priest. In other words, he goes in, he make a bunch of God, and they take consecrated one of his sons and made him a priest unto these molten image. Okay. In those days, there was no king in Israel. Understand this here. Israel now is in between where Samson left off, and there's no ruler, there's no king, there's no judge. And it says there's no king in Israel. But every man did which was according to right in his own eyes. And I'm going to read that to you again. In these days, there was no king in Israel, but every man did that which was right in his own eyes. Okay? Again, every man did that which was right in his own eyes. Okay, let's keep moving on from that. Just want to point that out. There was a young man out of Bethlehem, Judea, of the family of Judah, who was a Levite, and he sojourned there. And the man departed out of the city of Bethlehem, Judea, to sojourn where he could find a place. He was looking for somewhere he can stay. And he came unto the Mount Ephraim, and to the house of Micah, and as he journeyed. So he go find uh, Micah here. And Micah said unto him, Whence comest thou? And he said unto him, I am a Levite of Bethlehem, Judea, and I go to sojourn where I can find a place. In other words, I'm looking for a place to live. And Micah said unto him, Dwell with me, and be unto me a father and a priest. And I will give thee 10 shekels of silver by the year, and a suit of apparel, and thou victuals. So the Levite went in, and the Levite was content to dwell with the man, and the young man was unto him as one of his sons. So now he goes and he takes the priest robe. And Michael consecrated the Levite, and the young man became his priest, and was in the house of Micah. And Micah, who now knew, I now know that I'm sorry. Then said Michael, Now know I that the Lord will do me good, seeing that I have a Levite for a priest. Now, there's so much to talk about in that little passage here, but as a student of the game, and as we have learned so much about the law of God, I'm gonna see if you guys gonna pick a lot of that out tonight. I'm not gonna even expound on the 18:31 chapter. Then we can get into live discussion. Okay. I'm gonna try to belt this out. In those days, there was no king in Israel again, and in those days, the tribe of the Danites sought uh, them an inheritance to dwell in. For until that day, all their inheritance had not fallen unto them among the tribes of Israel. So now, even after Samson, even after they go, they there's still a lot of land that Israel is supposed to conquer. Now remember, God wanted them to conquer the land, and they began to make friends, and some of them got scared, and so they wouldn't begin. So now you see the tribe of Dan will come out to do this, and I believe that Samson was a Danite. So, so now you see now some activity that's going to happen from Dan. And the children of Dan sent of their family 5 men from their coast, men of valor, from Azor to Iskal, to spy out the land and to search it. And they said unto him, Go, search the land. Who, when thou comes to the mountain Ephraim, to the house of Micah, and lodge there, I think I this mispronounced. Okay. And when they were about the house of Micah, they knew the voice of the young man, uh, the Levite, and they turned in thither and said unto him, Who brought thee hither? And what makest thou in this place? And what have thou here? And he said unto them, This and thus dealt Michael with me, and have hired me, and I am his priest. Okay, and listen to this here. All right, this and thus dealt Michael with me. He told them the story, and hired me, and I am his what priest. Okay, You got to remember that. A lot of discussion. See, you're going to pick that out. And they said unto him, ask counsel, I pray thee, of God, that we will know whether our way which go shall be prosper. In other words, now they talking to this priest here, and they asking him, okay, inquire, God, of me, the thing that we're about to do, is it going to work? And the priest said unto them, go in peace before the Lord, before the Lord is your way wherein you go. In other words, God got you. And the 5 men departed and came unto Lystra and saw people that were dwelling therein. So now they go to this place called Lystra, and they see how the people's living and how they dwell careless, and after the manner of the, oh my God, whatever that word is, quiet and secure. And there was no magistrate in the land that may put them to shame in anything. And they were far from Zodom, if I'm saying that right, and had no business with any man. In other words, they was out minding their business, living carefree, not worrying, doing what they need to do, all secure in their life. Okay, they was far from stuff. They was just there. Okay, they came unto the brothers to Zahar to and Eshcol and their brethren, and said unto them, what say ye? In other words, now they finna give them a report. And they said, arise, that we may go up against them, for we have seen the land, and behold, it is very good, and it is still. Meaning there ain't that much going on there. Be not slothful to go, and to enter and to possess the land. And when ye go, ye shall come unto the people, come unto a people secure, and unto a large land. For God hath given it unto your hands, a place where there is no want of anything that is in the earth. And there went and there went from thence the family of the Danites out of Zachor, out of Eshcol, 600 men appointed weapons of war. Is that 600, 6,000? Oh yeah, 600. Okay, I want to get that right. And they went up and pitched a tent in Kirjathjearim in Judea, wherefore the place was called whatever until this day. Behold, it was behind Kirjathjearim, if I'm saying it right. And they passed thence unto the Mount Ephraim, and came unto the house of Micah, and answered the 5 men. Then answered the 5 men that went to spy out the country in Lystra, and said unto their brethren, did ye not know there is in this house a ephod and tamperans, if I'm saying it right, and a golden image and a molten image? Now therefore consider what ye have to do. And they turned toward and came to the house of the young man, the Levite, and entered there into the house of Micah, and saluted him. And the 600 men appointed with their weapons of war, which were in the children of Dan, stood by the entrance of the gate. And the 5 men that went to spy out the land went up and came in thither, and took the golden image, the ephod, and the whatever that is, temperance, however, and the melted image, and the priest stood in the entrance of the gate with the 600 men that were appointed with weapons of war. Then went then this went unto these I'm sorry, and then these went unto Micah's house and fetched the carved image, the ephod, the tempest, and the melted image, and said unto, and then said the priest unto them, why do ye? And they said unto him, hold thou peace, lay thy hand upon thy mouth, and go with us, and be to us a father and a priest. Is it better for thee to be the priest unto the house of one man, or that thou be the priest unto the tribe, to priest unto a tribe, and the families of in Israel. And the priest's heart was glad, and he took the ephod and the timbrels and the golden image, and went in the midst of the people. So they turned and departed, and put the little ones and the cattle in the carriage before them. And then they were a good way from the house of Micah. And the men that were in the house near Micah's house were gathered together and overtook the children of Dan. And they cried unto the children of Dan, and they turned at their faces and said unto Micah, What aileth thee, that thou come with such a company? And he said, Ye have taken my gods, which I made, and the priests, and ye have gone away. And what have I more? And what is this that thou sayest unto me? What is this? And the children of Dan said unto him, let not the voice be heard among us. These anger fellows run upon thee, and thou lose thy life, and leave and thy lives of thy whole household. And the children of Dan went their way. And when Micah saw that they were too strong unto him, they turned and went back unto his house. And they took the things which Micah had but made, and the priests which he had, and came to Lystra. And the people that were at quiet and secure, and they smite them with the edge of the sword, and burnt the city with fire. And they was and there was no deliverer, because it was far from Zidon, and they had no business with any man. In other words, they were so far from everybody, they wasn't messing with nobody, they was living their life. And it was in the valley that lies by was that Bethar, and they built this city and dwelled therein. And they called the name of this city Dan, after the name Dan their father, who was born in Israel. Howbeit, the name of the city was Lystra at the first. And the children of Dan set up their graven image, and Jonathan, the son of Goshen, whatever his name is, and the son of Manasseh, he and his son were the priests of the tribes of Dan until the days of captivity in the land. So I want to read that again. Until is that Gilliam, the son of Gilliam, the son of Manasseh, who was the sons of the priests to the tribe of Dan unto this day, to the day of captivity in the land. So now, why would Dan all of a sudden come in captivity? Okay, 31. Finish up. Get ready to go to live discussion. And they sent them up. They set up them up Michael's golden image, and they which he had made, all the time that the house of God was in Shiloh. Okay, read that again. They set up Michael's graven image, which he made, and all the time that the house of God was in Shiloh. Okay, that is Judges 17 and 18. I'm anxious not to say too much here. I want to see if my church pupils who read along with me can pick out some of the trouble that this scripture say, and I want to see can we match what we see in our current world. Okay, so that is Judges 16 and 17. Okay, and this is Lebanon Church Waukegan Bible Study. If you like what you hear, you go to the Lebanon Church Waukegan our website, goes to live broadcast. Up on our live broadcast tab, you'll see videos lined up around here. That is our Sabbath service here, where we really get into the heart of the matter, really talks about what God is saying. We in the understanding salvation phase of that. Okay, but if you want the Bible study, up under that live broadcast tab, a drop down menu will appear. Please select the Bible study member and then join the Bible study community, where you give access to another video library where we just sitting around talking about the Bible. And you also get a link to go live. So may God bless you and forever keep you in his care as we getting ready to go live here and now.